that the doom that had befallen her and her fellows had not touched Seda. Seda was free, still out in the world. Seda had won. Faced with that realization, something had broken inside Che. She was aware that she had been down here now, if down was even a meaningful word for where she was, for some time. For days, 10 days, months even. She was moved, goaded to her feet and forced onwards from place to place. The hands that shoved at her, that grabbed at her and pulled, and would not let her just sit down and give up, they belonged to her friends. She remembered them distantly. She had brought them to this fate, led them here to their banishment. She would not have blamed them if they abandoned her in the dark, just left her behind. Possibly she would have preferred that, but they would not let her be. They brought her food. It was horrible, uncooked and slimy, breaking into brittle, dry pieces in her mouth. They would not leave her alone until she had eaten. They brought her metallic-tasting water. Sometimes she was aware that they were hunted, and then they hustled her along from hiding place to hiding place. In the depths that she inhabited, her own personal prison, she could not raise sufficient curiosity to care who pursued them or why. "Let it be the worm," was all she thought. "Let it make an end of me." For surely that hideous, all-consuming monster of legend was more than equal to the task. In those moments she listened too hard and heard that chanting, ranting echo of it, so distant and yet so potent and hateful. She knew it could do more than make an end of her. It could make an end of all the world. The worm was a thing apart from apt and inapt, from mere kindon and kin. The worm would devour the world, and Seda had given it the chance to do so. After unknown ages, there was fire. Che had lived with the cold and the dark, within and without, for so long that at first she did not understand what it was. The feel of warmth on her skin, the light, so brazen, such a lure to all the dangers of this place. It was like a distant beacon to her, calling her back from the lonely places where she had become lost. She, who could see in darkness, only realized how blind she had become to her surroundings as she began to return to them. How long? But she could not know. Some part of her, some internal regulator that marked the hours and days, had ceased to function once she was cast down here. The land of the worm had no sunrise, no phases of the moon. Timeless, undying, it had lain here for an age beneath an unchanging stone sky. It was beyond the sun, therefore beyond time. Her eyes were already open, but she opened them anyway, beginning to see rather than just stare vacantly. She remembered her companions, her friends, fellow inmates of this final asylum. What could be worse than being a lone prisoner of this dungeon, being responsible for the imprisonment of others? She found their faces as the fire lit them, one by one. There was Tynisa, her sister in upbringing if not in blood, weapons master, Tisamon's daughter. Tynisa, whose revenant father was now a slave to the Empress, bound by chains of magic. The girl had always run ahead through all the years of their shared childhood, with poor, clumsy Che stumbling in her wake. So how did it come to this, that she has followed me even to this place? Che could feel all the sharp points of the mantis breaking through Tynisa's spider-kindled facade, and all it told her was how fragile that combination really was. Thalric next. Her enemy, her captor, her victim. Thalric, whom she had wrested from the Empress, transformed from imperial...